First tonight, Cheryl, we're going to talk about the largest school district. We're talking about Gwinnett County and their promises that they will do better tomorrow as it relates to virtual learning. Not a smooth start, as thousands of Gwinnett County students really struggled to log on to the first day of virtual school. In some cases, it took hours to get online. Others never gained access at all. Joe Hankey spent the day looking into the problems and how the district is trying to fix them fast.
While Gwinnett County Public Schools has more than 90,000 users online this morning, we know some users have reported difficulties logging into the portal and some applications.
Parents of Gwinnett County Public Schools students received that recorded call this morning. The call went on to say tech staff was working on the issues and students who could not log in should wait a few minutes and try again. One mother told us her 2 children could not log in and missed class.
Kind of prepared them last week mentally, verbally, got them to get up. And then now they can't do anything.
Carla Flanagan's daughter, though, started 6th grade without any problems, despite technical issues during Gwinnett School's test runs earlier in the week.
She said she's really enjoying it, and it's fun. So I'm glad, because it was very tough for her when we were not able to do the test run earlier in the week.
Several people posted pictures of this error message on social media when they could not attend virtual classes. The message reading, "This site cannot be reached." This afternoon, the district sent this message to parents, reading in parts, "Technology systems were working as expected at 7 a.m., but issues developed as the number of students logging in increased. Although the district ran tests on its systems, we could not replicate having tens of thousands of students actually logging on at the same time. Our pledge is to do better tomorrow." By 11 a.m., the district reports 150,000 users were online. Last year, approximately 180,000 students attended Gwinnett County Public Schools. District officials say their IT team is working to address issues ahead of day 2 tomorrow. Students are being asked to log in as early as possible instead of waiting until their first class begins.